Good morning. My name is Gerardo Bloise, last name Bloise, Bloise.
You may proceed.
All right, Mr. Bloise, you've testified already a few times here as a crime scene investigator. I want to draw your attention to a specific item of evidence. Did you receive a trash or garbage bag from a fellow employee by the name of Awilda McBride?
Yes,
Do you recall, or do the records of the Orange County Sheriff reflect the date and time you received that item of evidence?
July 16, 2008, about 23:07 hours, which was 11:06 p.m.
Are you the individual that took possession from Ms. McBride?
Yes,
What is the first thing you do with this item of evidence?
what I did, I removed the plastic bag that was containing several trash items, and then I put it aside, and I did a visual inspection of the items.
Did you also photograph the item as it was received and then as you began to open it?
Correct.
If I may have what has been marked as Z for identification. Investigator Bloise, can you see Z for identification displayed on the monitor in front of you?
That was the plastic bag, white with blue handles that I received from Awilda McBride.
Does that photograph fairly and accurately depict the condition of the item upon your receipt of it?
Yes,
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce Z for identification into evidence as the state's next numbered exhibit.
What says the defense?
No objection, sir.
To be received in evidence, the state's numbered.
Permission to publish this item to the jury.
You may publish.
Investigator Bloise, can you explain for the jury what we're looking at?
we're looking right now the paper bag that was inside the plastic bag with blue handles, and from this photograph, you don't see the items, but the items, they're inside, and there's a little wet in the area, and the paper bag, and some wet and plastic bag.
All right, let me see if I understand you correctly. The paper that is under the white bag, is that something that the white bag was inside of?
The paper bag was inside. When I received the trash, I received the plastic bag inside the paper bag, and then I opened it.
Okay. Now, the paper appears to have some sort of liquid on it?
Yes, some kind of liquid.
All right. Could you tell if the exterior of the plastic bag was wet, or was that liquid coming from the inside of the bag? Any way for you to have determined that?
My best recollection was a little wet.
Okay. Now, the handles on that bag, were they tied securely or were they open? Was the mouth of the bag open at all?
They're open.
So once you photograph this item, what is the next thing that you do with it?
I start to inspect the interior of the plastic bag, the items.
If I may have AA for identification. Can you see AA for identification?
Yes,
I imagine the inspection of the items required removal from the white plastic bag.
correct.
Okay. Did you cut the bag in order to remove the items, or did you pull them out of the bag in some other way?
I pull out of the bag.
Does AA fairly and accurately reflect the condition of the items contained inside the white plastic bag after you received it?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce AA for identification into evidence.
What says the defense?
No objection, sir.
You received an evidence, the state's numbered.
Permission to publish the item.
You may publish.
Investigator Bloise, did you do anything else that evening with this bag?
I just did a visual inspection of the items, and then I proceed to put the items with the paper on the inside the dry room.
Okay. Now, what is the dry room?
The dry room is the rooms that we have in the forensic garage to place items that are wet in order to get it dry, so we can have a special rooms in order to do that.
All right. Were these items inside the bag wet?
Some items, yes. Mhm.
Okay. Did this item, or did these items have any particular odor that you would be able to describe?
Smell of trash, normal trash.
All right. Did it smell to you the same as the car?
No.
How long were the items in the dry room?
I removed the items and put into the dry room. May I refer to my notes,
Will that assist you in refreshing your recollection?
please?
With the court's permission, may he refer to his notes?
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor. I collected in 2008, what I'm saying before, 11:07 hours. And then the 18th of July, I removed the items from the dry room and I placed it in the box. And then I put the dry room, I put the items, the trash, in the evidence locker. So most likely from the 17, 18, 2 days. And then from the 18 to the 18, I removed from the dry room to my evidence locker. So 2 days.
Okay. I imagine then, once you removed them from the dry room and placed them into an evidence locker, they were dry?
Yes.
If I may show you what's been marked as AB for identification, can you see that?
Yes.
Was that photograph taken the night that you received the items?
Correct.
And what is it intended to depict?
Basically, it's a close-up of some of the trash items, the napkins, some Velveeta package, and all the items among the trash area.
All right. Does this photograph fairly and accurately depict the condition, at least of this section of the garbage, on the evening that you received the item?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce AB for identification into evidence.
No objections.
You received an evidence, the state's numbered.
129.
Permission to publish?
You may publish.
All right. Investigator Bloise, you had mentioned specific items in here. What is this item?
The napkin.
If I may have AC for identification? Investigator, can you see AC for identification?
Yes.
And what is it that you are intending to depict through the use of photography here?
It's the napkins that I collected from the trash and I placed it in the plastic bag.
Okay. Do you recall, or do the records of the Orange County Sheriff reflect the date that you collected those napkins and placed them into that plastic bag?
That was previous to my inspection.
I'm sorry?
That was when I inspected the trash.
Does that photograph fairly and accurately depict the condition of those items shortly after your receipt of them?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce AC for identification into evidence.
What says the defense?
No objection, sir.
Received in evidence as states numbered.
Permission to publish that item to the
You
jury.
may publish.
Investigator Bloise, were these the same type of item, all napkins or paper towels?
That's the same.
Did you eventually place all of the items out on a table in the forensic section and photograph them?
Correct.
If I may have AD for identification. Do you see AD?
No, now, yes. Yes, it's the napkins, aluminum foil, a hanger, empty box of cigarette, and dry sheet, and one portion of the detergent, a bottle, and a hammer.
All right. Does that photograph fairly and accurately depict part of your inventory of the items in the garbage bag once they were dried and placed out for the purpose of photography?
Yes.
All right. Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce AD for identification into evidence.
What says the defense?
No objections.
Be received in evidence as states numbered.
May this item be published.
May publish.
All right. In this photograph, you've gathered, the predominant image in the photograph is your gathering of all of the paper-type products that were inside the garbage in one area.
Yes.
If I may have AE for identification. Do you see AE?
Not yet.
Okay.
Now. Yes.
All right. Does that photograph fairly and accurately depict items that you inventoried from the garbage?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce AE for identification into evidence.
No objections.
Be received in evidence as states numbered.
Permission to publish this item.
You may publish.
Okay. What items are we seeing here?
Several dry sheet, papers, aluminum foil, bottle of Crystal Light, can of Coca-Cola, bottle of detergent, and a hammer, among other items.
If I may have AF for identification. Does AF, once it comes up, fairly and accurately depict the contents of the white plastic trash bag?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce AF for identification into evidence.
What says the defense?
No objections.
Be received in evidence as states numbered.
Permission Permission to publish?
You may publish.
Is this the entire contents of that plastic bag?
Correct.
If I may have AG for identification? Do you see AG?
Yes.
Right, is that a receipt from Fusion Ultra Lounge?
Correct.
Was this inside the garbage?
Yes.
Does this photograph fairly and accurately depict the condition of that receipt?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce AG for identification into evidence.
What says the defense?
We would object. Relevance and 403.
Objection overruled. Be received in evidence. The state's numbered.
Permission to publish the item?
You may publish.
And AH for identification, please. Do you see AH?
Yes.
Is that documentation from Full Sail University?
Correct.
Was that inside the garbage?
Yes.
Does that photograph fairly and accurately depict the condition of that item when you retrieved it from the garbage for photography?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to introduce AH for identification into evidence.
What says the defense?
No objections.
Be received in evidence. The state's numbered.
Permission to publish that, Your Honor.
You may publish.
If I may approach the witness.
You may.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as HO for identification. Have you taken a look at the exterior of that packaging and tell me if you recognize it as something you've had contact with in the past?
Yes, this is the box that I prepared to put all the trash items, and is a tag number identification H51976. And then I did a description, a trash bag with the blue handle with several items in it.
I may show you what's been marked as HP for identification. Have you take a look at this packaging, and that one's already open, the contents inside, and tell me if you recognize that as something you've had contact with in the past.
Yes,
How do you recognize it?
had my initial on it, and its tag number, identification number is H51976. I was a napkins from the trash that I collected.
When you collected those items, did you place them in this box and seal it?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point, I would seek to, well, HP, which is 126, is already in evidence. I believe that was conditionally admitted upon this witness's testimony. And I would also seek to introduce HO for identification into evidence.
Okay, HP, which was 126, which was conditionally admitted. The state is now offering it into evidence with no conditions.
We would still object as the other individual who gave it to the witness that it was introduced by has still not been testified as to its chain of custody.
Okay, then I will wait until the other individual testifies. What was the other exhibit you had offered now? What says the defense has the HO?
No objections on that, Judge.
That's the HO that will be received in evidence as states numbered.
Your Honor, on a previous occasion, when Mr. Bloise testified, he identified NN for identification, and I would seek to introduce that with evidence this time.
What says the defense? It'll be received in evidence as states numbered.
137.
Investigator Bloise, did you do a written inventory of all of the items in the white trash bag?
Yes, I did.
Right. Do you have that available to you?
Yes, in my report.
If I could refer you to page 23 of your report. Were there 37 items in the bag?
That is correct, 37.
Okay. And in that box, did you place each of the 37 items into separate envelopes?
Correct.
Okay. Can you detail for the members of the jury each of those items?
Yes. The first one is an empty Coca-Cola cherry can, cherry Coca-Cola can, 12 ounces, and with number 2145. Second one was empty Coca-Cola classic can, 12 ounces, with number 22502. Empty Milwaukee Best Light beer can, empty Milwaukee Best Light beer can, with number C7019E. The other one is empty Sprite can, 12 ounces, with number 16090RA. The next one will be empty circular metal box Copenhagen tobacco with number SLN8178. 1 hairpin, 3 plastic tie wraps, empty Dr. Pepper 12 ounces, proof of purchase number is 2239E505168X. The other one is empty Pepsi can, 12 ounces, proof of purchase number 1608RF01238. The next one is a Mountain Dew, 12 ounces, proof of purchases 2122E50448X. The other one is Oscar Mayer plastic container, proof of purchasing 447001090. We're going for the item number 12. Empty small crystal light container number is 2494554. Empty crystal light bottle 60 ounces with brown liquid inside, proof of purchasing 430093911. Bottle of Kiwi Sport Cleaner, 5.5 ounces, proof of purchases 31600247001. Empty bottle of Arnhammer, 80 ounces, proof of purchasing 3320000904330. Crystal Light soft drink mix with number 430009533. Empty black container anchor, empty unbroken pizza box, pizza a symbol of quality, that was the name. Pizza symbol of quality. The next one is empty carton of Cherry Coke, 12 packages, proof of purchasing 49003103. The next one was a Belvita, 10.3 ounces, with napkin attached on it, with expiration date 11 February 2009. Another one is a carton of Velveeta, 12 ounces, proof of purchases, 2100658393. Velveeta, again, 4 ounces, proof of purchases, 21006563. Package of Parliament Lights, which is a cigarette, empty package. Purchase number is 2A200190008. Empty pack of Marlboro with number 233022. Empty pack of Trident Splash, proof of purchase, 1254667123. 2 empty aluminum wraps of Velveeta cheese sauce. White plastic hanger, broken. Piece of paper wrap Italian bread, Roma, with napkin attached to it. Documents of full say orientation and registration. 3 receipts. Document dated on May 9, 2008. 4 air freshener sheets. 5 napkins. Plastic wrap with sulfur garlic chicken of proof of purchases 13800452214. 3 small pieces of plastic wrap, and then 3 pieces of aluminum foil. Total items, 37.
All right, I believe you missed item number 9 and item number 27. What are those?
Number 9,
Yes, sir.
yes, Sprite, canned soda, 12 ounces, proof of purchase 16090RA. And number 7,
27.
27, sorry. Piece of fabric that say LLGG, made in Honduras, of USA fabric.
All of the aluminum drink cans that you mentioned, were they all empty?
Yes,
You had mentioned a bottle of Arm & Hammer laundry detergent. Was that empty?
yes,
You mentioned the bottle of Crystal Light soft drink mix. Was that empty?
yes,
The pizza box, anything inside?
no,
The items that you identified as Velveeta, cartons of Velveeta, empty?
yes,
The item that you identified as the aluminum foil from the Velveeta cheese sauce, empty?
yes,
The plastic wrapper with the Stouffer's garlic chicken, empty?
yes,
And you talked about 4 air freshener sheets. Are these dryer sheets like the ones that you had testified earlier were in the vehicle?
correct.
Thank you. I have no other questions of the witness, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
May it please the court. Ms. Drain. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Mr. Bloise.
Good morning, Consular.
The trash that you had originally collected, you testified that it was wet.
Correct,
And then you put it in a dry room,
correct.
that it was dry.
The items that I collected,
Yes.
some of the items are wet and some they're dry.
My question to you, sir, is after you took them out of the dry room, they were dry.
Correct, I'm sorry, yes.
And I guess the purpose of that is to dry them and get rid of the liquid.
Correct, yeah.
And I'm going to show you Defense Exhibit C, which includes both photographs that have been admitted into evidence. Okay.
Yes.
Can we at least identify for the record which photographs they are, Your Honor?
Show you a side-by-side photograph of states evidence 133 and 128. Can you see that, sir?
Yes.
If I may, I published to the jury as well.
Yes?
Now, these two photographs look completely different, do they not, sir?
Yes.
And that's as a result of what was done in the dry room.
Correct.
Now, when you testified about your inventory list and all of the things that were empty, you were testifying to an inventory that you did subsequent to them coming out of the dry room.
That is correct.
Now, you had no idea that this would be critical evidence later on in the case, did you?
When I initially received it, I just received like evidence.
And you had no idea that later on this trash would become a disputed item in this case.
Correct.
So it was not your intention to intentionally destroy any type of evidence, was it, sir?
No.
But ultimately, that's kind of what happened, correct?
Your Honor, I'm going to object. There's no destruction of evidence. He testified to the procedure he used. When he received it, he dried it, and then he...
Speaking objections, Judge.
Objection sustained.
Sir, you had no idea that the evidence would be altered, correct?
When I received the items, in this case, the trash, I just received like a trash, and then I proceed to preserve it.
To preserve it in a dry form.
Yes, 2 days.
And you had no idea that it would alter significant evidence in this case.
Objection asked and answered.
Overruled.
When I received the items, I just preserve it as the protocols that we have, and then I don't consider myself that I destroy any kind of evidence because the evidence is there. I preserve it, I document it through photograph, and then I put it in the dry room, and then I preserve it in a box. Normal procedure.
Investigator Bloise, no one's accusing you of destroying evidence. My question to you is, you had no idea that you would be altering evidence that might become important to this jury.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. There's no evidence that there was any alteration.
Now, can we have AC? You have, was it you that packaged, I'm showing you now a photograph of AC. Defense, state's evidence. State's evidence 130. May I publish that to the jury?
You may.
I'm a little. Thank you, Judge. Can everyone see that? Not yet. Okay. Now, these are paper towels that were collected from the trash,
Yes,
and they were at one time moist,
yes,
and then they were placed in the dry room,
yes.
and then they were dry,
When I placed it in the dry room, yes, dry.
and then you put them in a plastic bag.
Yes,
Now, Investigator Bloise, it's your understanding and your knowledge that should items be needed to be tested for DNA, that you should not package them in plastic bags, correct?
that is correct, but that specific item don't have any, at this time, I don't have any values for DNA at that time.
At that time, but you don't know if at a later time this would be important for testing for DNA if someone came up with some accusation that this was more than just trash.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. He's asking him to speculate.
Staying as to that question.
You anticipated this being important enough evidence to separate, correct?
Correct.
And this was important enough for you to put in a plastic bag, correct?
I just put it in the plastic bag.
And you do not know if later on it would be important to have it tested for DNA.
At that time that I placed and secured in the plastic bag, I inspected the napkins very well. I don't see any forensic values related with DNA, such blood, or any kind of indication of body fluid. Just I observed was wet, and there's no indication that was any kind of forensic values to tested for DNA.
And you know that DNA just doesn't test blood, correct?
Correct.
You can test saliva.
Saliva is very difficult to determine by the lab, I guess.
The cell
DNA.
breakdown that would be.
There's no evidence that this is within the witness's expertise.
I object to the speaking objections, Judge.
Next question.
Semen, you can get DNA from semen.
Yes, but
Anything with a cell breakdown, correct?
my best to my knowledge, yes.
Okay. So we can unpublish, Judge. And, sir, it was not your intention to destroy or alter any evidence when packaging this piece of evidence, correct?
Objection to the form of the question.
Pardon, I didn't hear, Ms.
Sorry, I said objection to the form of the question. There's assumes facts, not in evidence.
Sustained.
It's not your intention to alter the evidence in any way, was it, sir?
Your Honor, same objection. It was the same question.
Sustained. He's been asked that question a couple of times, and he's already answered it. Redirect.
Thank you. Investigator Bloise, why is it that you need to dry these items before they are stored?
The purpose to let it dry is because when we inspected the evidence that is dry, it's a part of protocol to let it dry in order to re-inspect it again, because it's a better condition to inspect the items. When the items is very dry, like for instance, example, blood on clothing, we let it dry because it's more secure for us, and at the same time, it's in good condition, better condition to be examined, that piece of evidence.
All right. If an item is wet, is there a concern that it will become moldy?
Correct.
Does your protocol require that items be packaged in a form that where they could breathe, in paper?
Correct.
The carpet that you had discussed removing from the car during your earlier testimony, was that also dry?
Yes.
The item that you did place in plastic, was that done because there was evidence of bug larvae on that item?
I don't remember right now that specific.
Okay. That's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
Recross on those issues.
You mentioned that as part of your protocol, that you dry evidence, correct?
Correct.
and you later are aware that air samples were taken of the dry garbage.
I don't have any recollection regarding that question, Counselor.
Okay, so you have no idea whether air samples were taken of the dry garbage?
Objection asked and answered.
No. You're talking about the
Overall.
trash, Counselor? No.
Now, sir, Ms. Drain-Burdick mentioned that there was insect larvae on the napkins or in the trash, correct?
What I answer is I don't have any recollection about that.
Okay. But you're aware that you can collect DNA samples from insect larvae, aren't you? Are you not, sir?
This is not part of my expertise.
Just a second. Your objection?
Objection. This is outside of the witness.
Sustained.
Sir, you know that you can collect DNA from any cell in the body with the exception of red blood cells, do you not?
Same objection.
Sustained beyond the scope of the redirect.
Thank you, Judge. No further.
Okay. Will the witness be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Be
Your Honor.
excused.
Thank you.
State may call in next witness.
State would recall Dr. Arpad Vass briefly.
Arpad Vass, ARPAD-VASS.
Good morning, Doctor.
Hello.
I apologize for bringing you back here again. I need to correct a mistake of mine from yesterday. I want to show you State Exhibit IR for identification. And ask if you recognize that as the can you were sent as opposed to the one I showed you yesterday, which was IO.
Yes.
Okay, you recognize that that's the correct one you were sent.
I believe so, yes.
Okay, what do you, based on what?
These initials.
Okay, you see your additional line?
It's hard to see with all the tape. The problem is.
You can remove part of it.
Excuse me, Kate.
Oh, I'm sorry, I said you can remove part of it. Do you see your initials on there?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
And this is the one, the can that you tested that we talked about yesterday as opposed to the one I showed you.
That's correct.
This time, you and I would ask to correct my error and substitute.
Judge, I want to object to counsel's commentary.
Objection overruled.
Substitute State Exhibit IR as State Exhibit 114 in evidence as opposed to IO, which is.
What says the defense?
We just renew all previous motions and objections.
Noted previous objections. Objections will be overruled and be entered in evidence. The state's numbered.
And IO would return to, in evidence, identification as IO.
Right.
Thank you, sir. No other questions.
Please, the court.
Cross-examination.
Yes, sir. Dr. Voss, yesterday you testified about a piece of evidence that you did not examine.
I looked at the can. The can is not what I examined for evidence.
And you told this jury that there were identifications on that can.
Objection. That is not in evidence. If we can explain more at the bench.
Dr. Voss?
You may proceed.
Yes, sir. Dr. Voss, yesterday you mistakenly admitted the wrong piece of evidence in this case.
Apparently, yes.
And this was after reading the label on the can that you were handed to by Mr. Ashton.
Yes.
And perhaps one of the reasons why you are not that familiar with the chain of custody of evidence is because you're from a research lab, not a forensic lab.
Objection scope.
Sustained as to that last question.
You're not accustomed to handling evidence, are you, sir?
Objection, scope.
I'll let him answer that question overall.
No, we're not a forensic lab, so we don't handle evidence all that frequently, no.
And the sensitivity that comes along with ensuring that juries get the right information.
Scope.
Sustain.
I have no further questions. Thank you, sir.
May the witness be excused. Thank you, doctor.